Are live. Welcome everybody
Hey,
to Good Pickins. This is
what up? What
episode
up?
number 46. Getting so
Nice.
close to 50.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I'm. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, we've probably been doing this just about a year now. Sans a few weeks that, mostly I've taken off. I think like maybe 3 weeks, and then you've taken
Yeah,
off a
somewhere
week.
around there.
So like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're pretty much coming to a year, like our year
Yeah.
anniversary. So yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
yeah. Hillary, how are you? Welcome, welcome,
What
welcome.
up, Hillary? Yeah, man. Ticking right or what? Chugging right along. I
Yeah,
guess.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
Got to open up my NA beer.
So, are you liking that?
I switched brands. I tried
Mhm.
out actually the little microbrewery. It's like a little, basically like a fancy beer shop is what it is.
Yeah.
Kind of by my house, and they have a whole section of NA stuff. Because apparently it's really catching on, and so
Okay,
I
that's
got a
what's
bunch
up.
of single cans today. Like I got three
Yeah.
different single cans, and I've liked
Of
them all
different
better.
kinds.
Yeah, I've liked them all better than
Okay.
the one I had last week on the podcast. So
Nice.
yeah, working out
That's what's
pretty
up.
good. Pretty good.
So, I don't know what's going on, but almost every podcast that we've done, I've gotten hit with ad suitability and had to request a review. Are you finding that you're having to do that too? Or is it
No,
just me for some reason?
that's weird. Unless I haven't noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's possible that I haven't noticed.
Like the last three podcasts I've had to request a review on.
Really?
Uh yeah, and then they go back and it's suitable for all viewers, but
Right.
I don't or suitable for all ads. I just don't understand what could be
Is
triggering
well,
that.
that's what I'm. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, there's something that the bots, pick up on, and
Yeah,
then I'm assuming that they manually review, or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
to where it's like, oh, okay, we see
Right.
why the bots pick this up. This is
Yeah.
obviously
I wish they
okay.
gave you feedback
I
on that. Like,
know,
this is what could have triggered it.
I
Try to not
know,
do that.
I know. Like they give you such a rough guideline,
Yeah,
for all that stuff. It's just
yeah,
like where's the line here? Like, can I not talk
yeah,
about beer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's
yeah. I don't
alcohol.
think
Like,
that's it because it's non-alcoholic though.
I
So
no,
I
but
don't
like,
know.
but still though, I mean, this is like a fully legal substance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same reason like people who mess around with marijuana on live streams, like if they're in a legal state,
Right,
like they're not violating any laws. You know what I'm saying? So
but they're also probably not able to get a bunch of ad suitability, or
I mean,
I'm pretty sure there's unless it's just like dispensary or like paraphernalia types
well,
of
I mean,
companies laying ads over it.
yeah, I mean,
There's a
I
demographic
guess
for it.
there is that level too, like who or like what CPM are you getting because there's
Right.
X companies that will and will not deal with you,
Yeah.
if your content is. But I mean, again though, like you have to treat it the same way you do alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Like it's all legal if
Well,
you're in a
Hillary,
legal
I don't
state.
know. I don't know what the trigger is though, because they don't tell you that. Like it's not like something like add suitability because of this. It's just like with a Vero. They tell you what the item was, but they don't tell you exactly why you're getting a Vero.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's usually just a counterfeit claim, even if it's a legit item. So it's weird. It is what it is though. Uh
It was
as
like
long
when
as
I was gonna
go
say
ahead.
it was like when we got denied partnership originally, and it's like,
Yeah.
tell us why.
Yeah.
I mean,
But the next day you were approved or whatever. So hey,
not the next day, but it was like
whatever,
it
but
was
close
soon. Yeah,
after.
it was like
Yeah.
a week or something or two
Yeah.
afterwards, but we had to
So,
like reapply and do the whole thing, and
yeah.
so. But no, Hillary, no brandy snifter tonight.
No snifter.
I'm going straight out of
Just
the
straight out the
yeah,
can.
straight out the can.
Yeah.
What's up,
Ain't
Steve?
nothing wrong with it. What up, Steve, my guy? How you doing? Yeah, man. So are sales like really bad for you today, man? Like things are
No,
really,
pretty dude.
really weird.
I'm rolling along pretty good. I will say that, and this is probably just because of what I've been listing a lot lately.
Yeah.
I've just had a lot of bread and butter sales. Like
Yeah.
the net $5 to $10. Even net like $3.
Yeah.
I've just been trying to like get stuff to move off the shelf, but I mean that comes with also listing a lot of lower quality items because I want to get up to 1,000 listings.
Yeah.
So that's That's
So
where I'm
you
at.
know, you want to know what's weird, man? Is like my sales ended on the 25th, and I really didn't put two and two together because when the sales ended, like those 3 days after, like we're all like high 600s. You know what I mean? And yesterday was a 715, which is
Okay.
high for me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then so like today I restarted the sales, and then like my sales are like down, like way down. I'm only at like $320 right now.
Really?
Which like the last 3 days when nothing was on sale, I was like super up. But I guess because items were selling for close to full price as
That's
well. So
that's true too. So you need less
but I'm
items to hit
it's weird
your,
though, man. Yeah, but I've only sold 14 items today and I'm at $326 when yesterday at this time I had sold 20 items, but I was at like $500, you
right.
know.
Average sale cost went up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
finished the day off yesterday at 29 or 28 sales at 715.
That's awesome.
715 at 28 sales. So I don't know what's going on, man. I started the sales back up. Obviously, I'm going to lose money on running the sale, but it's weird how the 3 days that I didn't have a sale going, my sales were up. I don't
I
know. Maybe it's
mean,
just something with the algorithm right
that's
now.
that's the name of the game sometimes too. I mean, not everything
Yeah.
is gonna follow a rhyme or reason. I mean,
Yeah.
people buy,
I've
people
seen a
buy.
lot of people posting, sales charts,
Yeah,
between here and or between on Instagram and on the Facebook Reseller Nirvana mentorship group. A
yeah.
lot of people were posting that yesterday was a good day for them. So maybe it was just something, out there in the algorithm. Like this one guy's chart was
I don't
like
know.
all like low hundreds, and then yesterday he hit 329. So or like
Yeah,
320 something. So I don't know, man. Maybe it was just something weird with yesterday where sales were just up.
yeah.
Who knows?
Tax return season. Maybe everybody got their tax returns on the same day. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Maybe that's a definite possibility, man, for sure.
so yeah, no, just a lot
Mm.
of bread and butter lately, and not really a lot of bangers. Like I sold a sealed Days and Confused VHS for almost 50
Yeah,
bucks.
nice.
Other than that, nothing too crazy. Sold a vintage
Yeah,
Pepsi hat that was yellow, like super yellowed, for
yeah,
25. I mean, I thought that was pretty, I don't know, like I didn't think it was gonna sell for that much because it was just
right.
the condition that it was in.
The
But
condition.
yeah, but
Yeah.
somebody's
Well,
out there
this
willing to,
morning, man. This morning I listed a Nike crew neck, just a vintage Nike crew neck, right, with the little small like swoosh logo on it.
yeah, yeah.
And instantly got an offer. I had it listed for 35 bucks. I instantly got an offer for $25. So I'm like, hmm, let me look this up because I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't look it up when I listed it, man. Come to find out these sweatshirts are going for like $200.
Bro, what?
So yeah, so like, and if it was the made in the USA one, it would have gone for like $300. So I was like, man, dude, like, luckily he sent me an offer, a lowball offer, and I was like, thanks for letting me know I was tripping, bro. So I declined the order and immediately raised the
That's
price to 150.
so wait, what makes these so special? Like
I don't know, man.
it's
I
literally
honestly have
just
no
it's
clue.
a crew neck sweatshirt
It's just a crew neck sweatshirt with,
with the
a little
Nike logo.
small chest like logo. You know what I mean?
That's
Nothing,
crazy.
no
Embroidered?
script, just the embroidered logo.
Just the embroidered,
And
yeah.
I know that the center swoosh is made popular by Travis Scott. I know
Mm,
that. But I
right, right.
can't really figure out exactly what's got this shirt or this sweatshirt like so popular in the culture. I don't
Yeah.
know who made it, who wore it, who made it popular, but I'm glad I checked comps on it because I've been kind of just pricing my, basic, like simple, like Nike sweatshirts, like, $35 range,
That's
because
what I would do, yeah.
it's standard price, but like this one was something special, and if that guy went to lowball me instantly, I'm sure he had a bot that was, or he was
Oh,
either like
yeah.
checking comps, or
Yeah.
he's got his saved searches for vintage Nike sweatshirt and
Yep.
just trying to catch people slipping. But if he wouldn't have lowballed me, man, if he wouldn't have been greedy, he would have been able to get a good deal because 35 still is great to sell it for
Well,
150
that's
or
what I'm
200.
saying, bro. Like you can't let that greed come through like
Yeah.
that, bro.
Oh,
That's
yeah. Yep.
man. Man.
And so, like, I looked at some of the comps, and some of them are like straight thrash, like in bad condition, and they're still selling for high 100s, like close to
Huh.
$200. Yeah.
I mean,
So
I think that's important to like, to shine the light on like you got to pay attention to like trends and be,
yeah,
in tune with the culture and
yep,
of course in tune with the culture of what you're selling too, right? Like,
right.
it's like a perfect example that kind of relates to that was the show The Last of Us on HBO.
Mhm.
I'm sure you've heard of it. Like it's
Yeah,
huge right now. But the game has been like a $7 game pretty
hmm,
much since it came out,
right.
uh and the show, because everybody was like, "Oh my god, the show is so good. I've never played the game,
Hmm.
or I never finished the game, or I lost it, or whatever." Brought so
Yeah,
much attention back to it, and now it's like a $20 game. So
nice.
yeah, somebody threw
Yeah,
it back in the bins because I bet they were like, "This is a $7 game or whatever,"
yeah,
threw it right back, and
and
I picked it up off the
yeah, man,
top. Like, all right,
it's just a testament though for even a person like me who's picking up the same type of stuff over and over and over. And I never look up comps anymore. You know what I mean?
sure,
Unless it's something that I've
sure,
never seen before or it's just been a while since I found it.
absolutely, like,
I'm just continuing to list things for the same prices that I've listed them for. And just it's just a reminder that sometimes you probably might want to at least occasionally go in there and check maybe once a month when you're listing stuff and just re-verify that things are either still worth the same amount or not going for less or maybe going for more. So
absolutely,
it's definitely a wake up for me because I just been kind of just flying through my listings, just pricing it at a similar price as
yeah.
the item that I'm selling similar off of. And
Yeah,
luckily,
you're a
man,
seasoned vet. You're just
yeah, I mean, I
you're on
wouldn't say
go
all that,
mode.
but I'm just, selling the same types of items over and over again. I wouldn't think that the prices changed, but
Yeah,
something was different about this one, apparently.
mm. That's crazy. I really want to know. I really truly want to know who made that a
Yeah.
thing.
I mean,
Because
I'm sure I could find out if I did research on it. Like,
yeah,
why is a champion reverse weave sweatshirt worth so much if it's vintage? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I could find out, but I don't know the answer
yeah. And is it
as of
like is
right
it worth
now.
your time? To like really
Yeah.
deep dive that much? I mean,
Is it worth me trying to figure out, or should I just have the knowledge and just know, it's worth this much? I don't know why, but I
yeah,
know how much it's worth.
yeah, for sure,
Mhm.
for sure.
So,
Hillary said, I get so many ads for edibles when watching reseller or murder videos, so I doubt the
mm,
wacky tobacco or fake beer would upset the algorithm. Okay, so that's interesting too because it actually presents you ads then by the stuff that you search, right? Like, or maybe not. I don't know. Like, are you guys eating edibles?
or
um,
looking up stuff on them.
yeah. Hillary says sales have been pretty good for me lately. I think people are starting to get their tax returns. Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is the time. This is the time. Man, if that guy had just outright bought the sweatshirt for full price, he would have gotten a steal. I guess it's a good thing he was being cheap. Yeah, I mean, the blessing in
Yeah.
disguise right there for sure. Blessing in disguise. What's up, Nita J? How
What's
are
up,
you this
Nita?
evening? Glad you could stop on in to the podcast. Glad you could stop on in. I hope some of you guys, if you guys are coming here from the episode too, please let me know. I'm really curious as to how that's been working out for me, having the episodes drop so close to the podcast. I feel like it's been working pretty good, but I'm not 100% sure.
So, do you notice that your your views are what's the terminology I'm looking for? Do you get more views in a shorter time span releasing them later versus when you release them in the morning time?
I feel like it's kind of the same, honestly.
So for like me, when I was doing mine in the morning, within the first hour, I'd probably and I don't know because I haven't been doing it for a while now, but within the first hour, I'd have like 50 views versus now when I release them at 3 p.m. and even vidIQ's telling me to release them later. It's like release or release them earlier. It's telling me to release them at 9 a.m. in the morning. It's saying is when my community is like the most active.
Yeah,
But I noticed that from when I was releasing them at 7 in the morning, I was getting 50 views in the first hour. Now releasing them at 3 in the afternoon, I'm getting 200 views in the first hour.
right, right.
So, but the reason why I was releasing them at 7 o'clock in the morning is because they were telling me that that was the time that my my demographic is watching the videos at. So I start releasing them at that time.
Yeah.
But I didn't start noticing any physical traction. Like in my opinion, I didn't start noticing a lot of comments and a lot of view spikes until around 3 o'clock. So that's why I changed it. But now it's telling me to release it at 9 in the morning. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try one video at 9 in the morning and see how it goes. But I feel like my viewers know that that's the time that I'm releasing my videos at now. So I don't really want to change anything
Yeah, I mean, I
and
feel
mess it
like
up, you know?
I feel like the way that your channel has grown was also sort of like within weeks, like within a few weeks of like
Yeah.
you also changing. Am I wrong about about you changing the time and then like your channel started to gain a lot of traction around that
Yeah.
time
I mean,
when
it
you did
seems
the
like it.
I mean, I feel like it was no more than a month, of like a gap
Yeah.
between the time that
Yeah.
you changed when you dropped your videos to the time that like your sub count started
It
taking
took
off.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. I would say not touch it, but
Yeah. I don't want to fix something that ain't broken,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I also feel like I need to do what you did and make some polls about like when do you guys want to see videos drop, and actually
Mm,
get like a more direct feedback versus what
yeah.
YouTube is telling me when most people are active.
Right.
So
Because,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
at the end of the day, the channel's for your viewers. So
Right,
ask
right,
them and do what they tell you.
right, right,
Can't really go wrong trying to make them happy. I
right.
noticed that I noticed that that's when my channel started taking off, and, like, even though, like, my channel started, like, gaining traction based around Ben's videos, now that just performs so horribly, it's like almost a waste of time to even try to do a Ben's video, on top of the fact that it's almost impossible for me to do a Ben's video now.
Right,
So,
right,
it's
right.
like it's crazy, like, I get so stressed out when I'm trying to make a Ben's video, and then it just performs horribly, and I'm like, "Why did I even waste my time trying to do this, stressing
Yeah,
myself out about getting content, then it doesn't even do well." So, it's
yeah.
weird, man, you know?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
we were just talking at the bins the other day, and you were just like, "Man, I didn't even bring my camera today." Like
Yeah,
you're just like,
yeah.
"Yeah, yeah, just gonna source."
Uh,
So
Steve says, "I think Marcus also started changing the video format around that time as well."
yeah,
That's what happened is I put out a video about making 6 figures, and then that gained a lot of traction. It gained, like, 300, 400 subscribers from that
right,
one video.
yeah,
So I asked around that time that I gained 400 new subs what type of content everybody wanted to see. And the overwhelming majority said they wanted to see processes and behind the scenes footage. So that's what content I've been making. And those videos gained like 100 subs a piece.
for sure.
So it's what people are wanting to see. So it's what I keep making the most of. Um, and it's what has grown my live streams over because doing the Q&A format then versus interviewing somebody, those didn't do very well at all. And now me doing the Q&A, there's like over 100 people in the live streams at one time.
I mean,
So
I still think the interview stuff could do well. It's just
it could.
I think at the time maybe the traction that you had wasn't enough to make the interview stuff as good as it
That's
could have been.
possible.
So
But I also feel like me interviewing someone isn't as valuable as me just trying to answer
oh
all these
yeah,
new resellers'
for
questions
sure.
either. Like at the end of the day, like my channel started out to provide value for new resellers. And since I was a new reseller myself at the time, I didn't have any information to give new resellers. So
Right,
now that
right.
I've got a tiny bit of experience, I'm by far no
Oh,
expert
come on.
whatsoever.
You're too
No, I'm not,
modest.
bro. Like
You're too
you can't call
modest.
someone that's been doing something for 2 years an expert. You can say that they have a little bit of season. You know what I mean?
You're
But
definitely
in
seasoned.
I'm definitely no expert though either, bro. Like I'm humble enough to know that I'm not an expert. I just know a little bit about a little bit. You know what I mean? But what I can do is give away the value that I have. And while I keep gaining knowledge and keep gaining wisdom, I'll be able to share more and more and I'll be able to provide that much more value. But right now, I can only give you a
Absolutely.
little bit, you know what I mean? And that's fine. Enough. What I know is enough to help someone get to where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
I'm by far not doing it like on a major scale, though. I think I'm just slightly above what the average reseller is doing because a lot of people get into this for fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
Right.
I need this as an income, you know what I'm saying? So therefore I have to do just a slight bit over what the average person is doing to
Sure.
make a to make a living off of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. for sure. But I still think you're modest.
Well, that's what the Bible says anyway, man. So,
Also,
Hillary says people definitely have been responding well to your day in the live videos and Q&A live streams. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, no
What were you
doubt.
gonna say? I'm sorry, bro.
No, no, you're good. You're good. I was just gonna say Hillary said no edibles here. I don't search for them, so no clue what's up there. Yeah, that's really interesting because there is a certain factor, when the algorithm looks at your cookies, when
Yeah.
you view a video, they're going to say, "Oh, this guy's been searching for car parts." So, even though you
So
go ahead.
do they show you the same ads they show me
No.
on your like okay,
No.
so it is based off the cookies.
I mean, for the majority, yes. I'm sure that they do push ads that are related to a channel. Like, I mean, I've seen,
Mhm.
sort of like reseller esque sort of like ads,
Yeah.
just on certain channels. But
Yeah.
typically, like, they do try to see like your search trends and then show you
Okay.
advertisements that are related to your search trends. So
Right.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very interesting that, like, I've never seen an edible commercial, but like Zesty takes edibles, like, and we've
Yeah.
talked about edibles. I'm sure she searched edibles on her computer or even
Mhm.
on my computer.
But
Like,
you're not seeing
like,
them though.
but yeah,
Right.
no, nothing. Like, it's, I don't know, super weird,
Well,
super weird. Hillary said, I haven't been able to finish watching your new episodes until after the live streams. Oh, okay. Well, maybe, yeah, maybe that's an issue.
yeah.
But again, I feel like I need to get more direct feedback like Marcus did and sort of deduce, how we're going to go forward. But yeah,
Yeah.
I love making bins footage for you guys. So, we can keep rocking with it for sure. Uh, yeah,
Hillary says, I wonder if you could still do a Q&A live with other resellers to maybe answer in different ways. I think the nurse flipper does something like that for her lives. Yeah, I could definitely do it. I could sprinkle it in like from time to time,
yeah, not
uh,
like more
and
just
see how it goes.
not a direct interview, but more or less just like, hey, instead of just asking me, you can
Let's
get
ask this
you
guy too.
yeah, you can ask
Yeah,
whoever or
yeah,
both people, or who, whatever,
yeah.
I mean. But then it gets weird if it's more than one person because then people talk over each other and it's a blah blah
Mhm.
blah. I don't know. I personally like just like one on one. Here
Yeah,
we are. We get to talk to chat together. But that's just
yeah.
me. I mean,
Well, and then like I enjoy doing this with you, and we know each other, and so like we've been doing this for like almost a year now as well,
yeah,
so we can feed off of each other. It's weird when you're doing it with someone you don't know and you've never done a live with them, and then you do end up talking, and then you start stopping, and then you're no, you go
yeah.
ahead. No, I'm sorry, man. No, you go ahead. And then it just gets a little weird,
Well,
So
I think there's a level of like how good are both people at A, listening, but
yeah,
B, having a conversation, which is also tied into listening, right? So,
right,
like, are you actually listening to somebody talk or are you waiting to say what you want to say? Right?
right.
Like,
Yeah, and
so,
that's the case with a lot of people.
you know,
They're waiting to respond because they've already got their answer in their head,
yeah, yeah. I feel like,
which, it is what it is.
the more that I've done live streams, not only just live streams, but the more podcasts that I do, the more
Yeah,
conversations that I just have, even outside of a podcast format, like the better that I get at actually listening to people and
yeah,
not just because I used to be that person that was just like, yeah, like what, okay, like say whatever you're gonna say because I need to say something. Like
yeah.
and I also used to be really bad about thinking I was gonna lose my thought, so I would interrupt somebody, you know.
Mhm, yeah.
So it's
I
like,
think a lot of people are like that though, man. It's just a trait that humans are I wanna say they're cultivated on in this day and age to feel like what they have to say is important. So they wanna
I
get it
think there's a
out and
level
they
of
wanna
that.
be heard.
Yeah,
So, I can understand it, uh, but we need to be less selfish these days and just try to hear out our fellow human
yeah,
and be
like
more, what's the word, empathetic?
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
easier said than done, right?
Right.
I
Yeah,
wish
it
we could just
definitely is.
cast we could wave a wand and just cast empathy on
Yeah,
society. Like that'd be cool.
it would be sweet.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's it's just it's like a self-loathing, not self-loathing. I'm missing the word that I'm trying to say here, but it's good for us, like just us two, not only just for chat, but I think it's good for us two to just practice communicating with one another. I think this is like
Yeah.
it's a good thing to do 1 hour a week, right? Like
Yeah.
we're just here,
Yeah,
we're listening
absolutely.
to each other, and we're just rapping. I mean, we're just
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's healthy.
Mm,
I
yeah. I agree
think it's healthy
100%.
for sure.
Steve
Uh,
says, I started doing the Goodwill bins and reselling about 1 year ago, and I cannot believe how much I have learned in 1 year just casually doing it. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just imagine if you went like full steam ahead, like soaked it all up like a sponge, bro. Like you'd
dude,
learn a
could
lot.
you could you ever see yourself being a reseller outside of having the resource that is YouTube? Like imagine life, you're old enough to know life before
Mhm.
the internet, right? So am I.
Yeah.
We're both old enough
Yeah.
to know. Could you imagine in that time, like it's 1992, right? But
Mhm.
instead of being like, how old was I in 92? Instead of being like 7, and you're like 9, okay?
Yeah.
Imagine we're like 18, 19 years old. Do you ever
Yeah.
see 18, 19-year-old Ray and Marcus like getting into reselling without YouTube? Because I don't.
Probably not.
I don't.
No.
Like, no. There's no way.
Because I legit had to Google. I've heard people talk about reselling before, and
Hmm.
I was like, "What is that?
No
What is
doubt.
that even?"
No
You
doubt.
know, and they're like, "Oh,
I,
I'll just go buy something from the thrift and resell it
yeah,
for more money."
it
I'm
sounds
like, that doesn't even
gimmicky.
sound cool.
Yeah, it sounds super corny and like what? Like
Yeah,
is
like
that
I
like
don't want to
selling
do that.
buying and selling stock? Is that what is that? Is
Yeah.
that what it's like or you
Yeah,
know?
until I Googled, like, how to make money from home and, like, watched a few videos on it, and even when I first saw Harry Tornado's thumbnail pop up, I was like, "That dude looks not even remotely interesting to me."
That's
You know what I mean?
hilarious.
And I
That's
passed on his
hilarious.
thumbnails multiple times in a
Really?
row, and I was like, "I don't even care to see what that dude's talking about." And then I watched one of his videos, and I was like, "This sucks, dude," and I exited the video. You know what I mean? And
Oh
then so,
my
like,
god.
months later, I go back and I watch the same video, and I was like, "This dude might be onto something here."
He might know a
And
little
then
bit.
I watched 2 videos and then 10 videos, and then I was, like, super nerded out of Harry Tornado, and I was, like, fanboying all over him, and I was like, how did I not think this guy was gonna be interesting?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's
I don't
funny.
think that I would have gotten into it,
That's so funny.
even at all, like, not even remotely close to it, man.
Yeah, I think for me it was the person who planted the seed was Retro Rick, and Retro Rick was
Mhm.
doing this $10 challenge, where he took
Yeah.
$10, he went to regular thrift stores, he bought video games, he flipped those video games, for a profit, and then he would then recycle the net profits into buying more video games, and so basically he
Yeah.
amassed this giant video game collection from $10.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, oh, I could do that. Like, I could
Yeah.
totally do that. I'm already, Emily and I are already going to the thrift store anyway. Like, this is
Yeah.
totally something that I could do. And then I started watching other people like Harry Tornado and Cincinnati Picker and so on and so forth. And
Yeah.
a light just went off. It was like around the time when I started making content that I was just like, I could do this for real, for real. Like, not even as just like a hey, I just want to make a couple videos and just like
Yeah.
maybe make some bucks to put towards my collection. I was just like, I can make a living doing this, and here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's turned into something I never expected it to.
Yeah, I was just watching a video game channel, and now I'm a full time
Oh,
reseller.
nice. What's up, brother? My twin brother's in the building. What's
Bro,
going on,
I'm
man?
not gonna lie, Matthew. I thought that said supermodel, and I was like, okay, first of all, who are you calling a supermodel? Because I'm definitely the supermodel here. uh,
Yeah.
no, what's up,
Uh,
Matthew?
said, I do have ads turned off, so that's probably why I'm getting ads for stuff that isn't relevant. I
That makes
pay for
sense.
YouTube, so I don't see any of those ads.
That makes sense.
What's up, Chief?
Chief
Chief, my
Stacks
guy,
in the
man.
building. In the building. Are you still
Yeah,
part
man.
of Marcus's
Yes, he
membership
is, man.
thing? Good.
Absolutely.
Good.
My Discord's going crazy right now, man.
Oh,
I don't
like
know
your
what's
like your
going
first
on.
like your private
My
one?
private Discord.
Gotcha.
Man, one of the guys in here, dude, He's a construction worker. I think if I remember correctly, him and his dad own a construction business. They build houses.
Okay.
And then after he gets off work from doing construction all day, he does eBay at night. This dude's killing, and he did over 100 something thousand on Whatnot last
What?
year. Yeah, this dude's a machine.
Bro, when
He
does this
lives in
guy
the
have
New
time
York
for
area.
anything?
He's a member of our Discord too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
this
wild.
guy that I'm talking about, his name's Sal the Goat. He's in our
Oh, okay,
Discord as
yeah.
well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but he's in my Patreon, and the
That's
guy's
what's up.
killing it, man.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man, I'm super proud of this guy.
That's awesome. If you guys haven't heard, Marcus is doing like a basically a mentorship via Patreon. If you
Yeah.
guys would like to, basically get more one-on-one uh, coaching, basically.
It's pretty much accountability. Like, I ask you what you're working on, and then I make you do it.
Okay.
So, like,
but you can
it's pretty cut and
but
dry.
you can also get advice, right? Like it's not
Yeah,
just
there's
like
tons of advice getting given in there, but
okay, okay.
it's not something that you have to pay for. It's the same stuff I give out on my channel all the time. It's just in condensed,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like speed it up, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, instead of watching all my content, you can get it all in one,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That makes
But it's
sense.
mainly to make sure you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, because I want you to start making sales.
Right.
I want
Right.
you to start getting your listings up every single day.
Right.
I want you to reap the benefits of this opportunity that we have here with eBay. And a lot of people won't fully master or they won't fully get the results that they're looking for until they master their listing habit. You know
Sure.
what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, like, a lot of people, like, there's a guy in there, he's also a member of our Discord as well, Mr. Church. He's
Oh,
like
yeah. Yeah.
he's full-time, but not full-time, you know what I mean? Like, he only does eBay for a living, but he does not list a full-time amount yet.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure out how to make his processes faster, and how to get, and he just built a listing station like I have.
Nice.
So
Nice.
he's like, I'm already noticing that I'll be able to, like, increase my listings just by having a setup, photo setup, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much like, me just trying to share it's me sharing what I have the knowledge of already, just direct form. Like, you
Yeah.
asking me directly and I just giving it to you. It's like the live streams with less people and every day.
Yeah. For sure. For
So
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that is I think that's just also kind of natural too if you are doing it full time to like learn how to speed up your process. But
Mhm.
it is nice to have somebody like, "Hey, did you do
Yeah.
that today?"
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
"Hey,
man.
did you
Accountability
accomplish
is
this
everything.
goal for the week?" Or,
Yep.
blah 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 blah, whatever. But
Yeah.
also having a direct
Absolutely.
line to you and having that,
Yeah.
that person to field a question when you don't have to like
Yeah.
wait. But again, like if you do join the Discord, like our joint Discord,
Mhm.
there are other people that may answer your question. So
Absolutely. There's like
yeah,
215 people in there. So
yeah,
it's a fairly decent sized community, in my opinion.
yeah,
There's a lot of knowledgeable people in there. And it's that Discord's live all day long. There's always somebody in there talking.
yeah.
That Discord's popping off right now as well. Both of the Discords are blowing up. Like, I'm getting constant notifications on the screen from both of the Discords. So join the free one for sure.
Yeah,
You won't regret it.
yeah,
That's 100%.
yeah, for sure. What's up, JD? Welcome, welcome.
He's
Uh,
asking you a question too.
oh, JD, you messaged me on Instagram if you don't remember. Contact me on Instagram. I believe that he was looking for one of my manuals that I got the other day.
Okay.
I'm still selling manuals like crazy.
Nice.
It's just
Who would have thought, man? It's
I
something
dude,
so simple and in such an abundance
like
was like
I thought for
something.
sure cuz like they're just such a specific thing. Like I knew I
Yeah.
was going to make money, but I knew it was going to be slow money. But no,
Mhm.
they were fucking firing, man. So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what's up, man.
Yeah, for sure. Steve said, "I can't believe how well Harry Tornado has done. I felt the same way about him early on. I get his charm. Like I get it. I mean,
He's got an awesome personality. There's other people like Tiffany Thrifting Vegas. Like, we started at the same time. And I think her British accent and her personality, how it's like just so calm, and like her voice is like ASMR.
yeah,
She does the voiceovers, man. It's made her channel blow up quick. Like, we started at the same time. She's like at 100K already. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some people that are made to like to blow up. You know what I mean? And he's one of them. She's one of them.
Very
There's other
comforting,
people that
you know.
grow. There's other people that grow, but they have to grind for it. And I'm not saying that Harry Tornado's not grinding for it, but
Oh,
his
for
charm,
sure.
his charisma definitely it's more suitable for everyone to like him than some people are like more an acquired taste. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of an example off the top of my head where I'm like, yeah, that dude, like Andrew Tate, for example. Like he's so polarizing, he can't help but to get attention, but I don't like him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I know
Yeah.
who he is. He's got a lot of great values, but he's also got a lot of horrible qualities as well. You know what I
Like
mean? So
there's like it's the people that like or that say any attention is good attention, you know, like any news is bad news, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Like
All
that's
any attention is
yeah.
all publicity is good publicity, or whatever the saying is.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, get me out of that society.
yeah, definitely.
Get me out of
Yeah,
there.
I don't want to be known for anything bad, man. Speaking of being known for something bad, I confessed to a crime that I committed on someone in my past today. And I
Okay.
was like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that that thing that you accused me of, like that was me. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? Like I'm trying to make amends." And they're like, "Yeah, that was so long ago, but like, yeah, I forgive you." So it's like, it was cool to like get it off my chest, but it was also cool that I didn't go to prison behind it because it was a crime. You know what I mean? Like, and I
Yeah.
don't want to I don't want to downplay it by laughing at it, but it was like so I was like my heart was beating out of my chest
Of
when I like
course.
told the person.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, like, man, that's just part of being a Christian now and like trying to like make it right and like things that I've done in my past, like just to own up for it and like move past it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think that even transcends even just religion, Christianity. Like
Yeah,
I think
it's part of just being a good
I
person.
yeah, I think that is like it, admitting something like that takes a really big person to do something like that, and so I
Yeah.
like good for you. I think that that's amazing, and
Um,
it's a step in the right direction. You know,
it
it's
was scary.
it is, but like you gotta feel you know good about yourself after that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a tough thing to do. You know, it's a tough thing to
Yeah.
do. So hard,
Scott dropped off old fiber just because
bro,
Dixon's here.
bro.
What up, Scott? How you doing, bro?
Thank you for the
He's
fiber.
another he's another one whose channel is like just taking off because of he's got that good wholesome personality, and it's like, he's like your dad.
We
It's
love
like
to
you
see
want to
that.
listen to what Scott's saying. You know what I mean? Because it's like he's not going to steer you wrong. Even
Yeah,
though there's some people that find a way to hate on him still, man. Like he's like one of those people's like, for real, man, how are you gonna hate on this guy, man? Like he's so
bro.
positive and so like,
It's like the Mr. Beast thing where he was like helping people get their vision back,
yeah,
and
yeah,
people are still out here like hating on him. Like what?
yeah, of course. Of
What?
course, man. There's just
What?
some people that are gonna be negative no matter what, dude.
Bro,
Regardless.
like it's crazy. It's crazy out here.
Yeah, man.
It is crazy out
What's
here.
up, Jessica? She says, sorry I
Jessica.
missed the last couple of lives. No problem.
No, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all.
We won't hold it against you.
That's another person that's active in our Discord. So
Yeah.
come hang
Yep.
out with them. Watch their
Yep. Yep.
videos. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to them, go check them out.
Absolutely.
But yes, thank you again, Scott, for the fiver. I've been meaning to set up an alert for
Super
super
chats.
chats, and
Yeah.
I haven't done it. So did I just get compared to Mr. Beast? Yeah, you did. So
Yeah.
pat yourself on the
Yeah.
back.
uh,
For sure, for sure. And it's not just because you super chatted $5, okay?
yeah, man. Hillary says haters gonna hate. That's for sure.
Bro, have you watched the videos of Mr. Beast, the compilation videos of him donating like $1,000 at a time to live streamers, like small live streamers, like you know, just
No.
I'm just
I think I've heard something about it, but I haven't watched any of his videos.
I'm just imagining like, you know, Ray about 3-4 years ago when I was like doing Twitch part time. You know, still at Papa John's for working full time, doing Twitch part time. You know, I'm starting to gain like a little bit of traction, but I'm still, you know,
Mhm.
I'm around like 10 to 15 concurrent viewers. You know, which I
Yeah.
was proud of. But like, I could only imagine if Mr. Beast had came in there and like the alert popped up that
Oh
he had done
yeah,
to me. I'd have a heart attack, bro. Straight up,
yeah.
just like
And your channel would probably blow up, or your account or
I
whatever
mean,
would probably blow
I
up.
don't. Maybe not. I don't know.
You don't think so?
I mean, I guess if it was in a compilation that like featured the name of my channel on a Mr. Beast compilation, I could see that. But I mean, just having a donation's not gonna necessarily blow your channel up, right? Like you can get
No, not necessarily.
you can get hosted or rated on Twitch, right? So like that means somebody from a channel brings all of their concurrent viewers to your channel,
Yeah,
and that's still not gonna make the viewership stick, right? Like some people are going to
right.
follow, some people might drop like, subs or donate some bits or something, but it
Yeah.
still doesn't mean that you're going to gain traction from that necessarily. Like I remember there was another guy that lived in St. Louis, but he was a bigger streamer, like 100 to 150 concurrent, but he rated me one day and it was super
Mm.
cool. Like his community was super cool. Like everybody's super nice. I got like, maybe like 20 follows and like some people had
Yeah.
donated a little bit. But after that, there wasn't a recurrence of like those people
Yeah.
again. I mean, maybe one or two, but
And that's like one of the things that like when I first started trying to grow my channel, like don't get me wrong, like I was like super active in the community just because I wanted to get to know people and I wanted to get my name out there.
yeah.
But then like you'd go to this live stream and it'd be like a follow for follow pretty much. And then
Oh,
like
yeah. That's,
next thing you know, I'm like, I've got all these subscriptions to people like I really don't even enjoy their content, and I'm sure they
yeah.
didn't enjoy mine either.
Yeah.
And so like now I'm like, I got like 2,000 subscriptions, like, people that I'll never watch. Like I see their notification. I'm like, I have no intentions on watching that video. You know
Very
what I mean? So
shallow.
I've started to unfollow a lot of those channels that I started, following when I first started doing like reseller YouTube,
Yeah.
because they don't watch my videos and I don't watch their videos, and we were only trying to get monetized, you know what I mean? So it's like
Exactly.
it's pointless to even get involved in, and that's so like one of the reasons why I stopped like doing that stuff and like stopped going onto like come on this live stream and we'll try to grow your following, is like because it's pointless subscribers.
It's very
You know what I
shallow,
mean?
very shallow
Yeah,
connections,
right. And that's one of
So
the reasons why, like on Instagram, I'm only following like 500 accounts, and like I'll unfollow. Like I unfollow two people today. Maybe it was just one person today, but like I'm not gonna keep on following people just for the sake of following people to get, like
right.
if I'm not getting value out of your content, and that's why on like TikTok, like I only followed like 100 accounts. That's because I was not at all in the least bit interested in following anybody on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it's just, man, I know it's a social platform, but I'm not very social. I'm just here to provide value and receive value. As shallow as that sounds, uh, I use YouTube as an educational tool. So if your content's not providing me any value, I'm not learning anything from you. I'm not here to be entertained. If that's the case, I can watch like entertaining videos on YouTube. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel like you're selling yourself a little bit short
No,
there. I
Scott,
mean, I
I'm still sub to you, but
Scott's gonna be mad, bro.
you
If
know,
I was hanging out with Marcus, okay, and I said, Marcus, let me get your phone, and I went on his YouTube and I pulled up my channel. If he was not subbed to me, I would feel some type of
yeah,
way.
but you could check. You could check and
I
see if I'm sub to you though.
can I?
You could check your subscriptions. You
You
could
can
check
hide
and
it.
see
You
who's
can hide it
subscribed
though.
to
I'm
you.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you can hide the
Uh,
fact that you're a sub to a channel or not.
yeah, you probably could, but
But either
I'm
way,
subbed.
either
We're buds, dude. Like that would be a personal foul if I wasn't subscribed to your
bro.
channel and I'm doing a
No,
podcast
I
with you.
think the best thing is when Mr. Beast does it to his friends, because bro, there's
Yeah,
legit some people that are in his clique that are not subbed to the Mr. Beast
yeah.
YouTube. Like,
I mean, like, and
oh,
there's been times where like people are like, yeah, man, this and that. And I'm like, but you like we're not even subscribed to each other. So like when I was doing the interviews and stuff like that, like Kristen was huge on trying to help me find someone to come on my live stream for like the interviews. And she's like, well,
oh,
what
okay,
about this person? And like, what about that person? I'm like, but I'm not even subscribed to their channel. And like how offensive would that be if I'm like, hey, want to come on my channel? And I'm like, I don't even support your content. It's like that's like personal foul number one. Don't ask someone to come on your channel if you're not you're not subscribed to them. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I guess being subscribed is a very easy thing. Like that's a very small step that anybody can
Yeah,
take, sort of thing.
right.
So like,
Yeah.
I do get that, but I also do get
It's
like,
like with Scott, for instance. I don't think I had I don't think I was subscribed to his channel before I asked him to come on. So like I had to subscribe to his channel and then like watch a few videos to at least have something to talk to him about. You
Sure,
know what I mean?
sure.
And it's kind of weird in that aspect, you know, it's like do do I subscribe first and then ask, or do I like ask and then subscribe, or do I like not even bother with subscribing and just still ask? It's like I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. It's like it's a weird shade of gray, you know. And maybe I'm looking too far into it, but
No, I get
if
it.
you want someone to do something for you, maybe you should at least be subscribed to their channel. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think that's totally fair, but I think underlying that is something we've talked about before. At least I have, on the podcast, is like how shallow the relationships can be amongst other
Yeah.
content creators. And so it is I find myself like being very distant from other creators unless I've
Mhm.
met them in real life or I've been like on a podcast or something like
Yeah.
that where they've approached me. And again,
Well,
I'm sounding like kind of a butthead about that,
no,
like,
I don't think so, man.
but I
Because
think
it's even like with Joe asked the other day if like you and I could get on the his live stream and then like go head to head in that challenge. And it was like, man, like I felt so pressured to say yes. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be a jerk if I don't say yes. And I'm like, but I'm literally like, you have like a small clue of like how like scheduled and like how much time like
regimented.
I dedicate towards certain tasks in my day. And Thursday is not a good day for me to be trying to, because immediately after I get off here, I'm going to edit my video.
Right,
So I've been
right.
listing and working all day. I've recorded a video today. I gotta, for me to try and squeeze in 1 extra hour for someone else. I know it sounds super like shady and like, selfish, but I don't have that time, especially on a Thursday. If he would have asked me to
Right,
do it
right.
on a Wednesday, probably could have done that, but Thursday is
Yeah,
a no-go. You know what I mean? And it's just like I feel pressured and it's like, am I a jerk because I don't squeeze someone else in my schedule, or is it because I'm prioritizing and valuing my time because I know how much of it I have on Thursday of all days and
of
there ain't much
course.
to go around. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? It's like, so am I a jerk or am I just being, you know, business focused? Am I business minded? Am I doing what's required? Am I, you know what I mean? So it's like it's weird, man. It's like you want to bend, but then like it's sometimes, you just kind of got to do what you're already planning to do, which is
of
these
course.
are things that I have to do to run my businesses. I have to edit my video when I get off here, or else I'm
Right,
gonna be up till 12 o'clock at night. And I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, dude. Like I'm dead tired right now. You
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? I
right.
just want to edit my video and go to bed.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, you
Well, I
know?
don't think you have to explain yourself, so there's that
Right.
too. So, no, but I will say, speaking of Joe, like it was super nice to meet him at the St. Louis Bins, and I
Yeah.
feel like because I have met him in real life, there's already a deeper connection than there ever
Yeah.
would be for somebody,
Of
some
course.
random creator approaching me and being like, "Hey, want to be on my podcast?" I'd
Yeah.
be like,
Of
"I
course.
guess I
Yeah.
will," but
It was like I had a message request from some dude. He's like, "We should go to the bins together." And I'm like, "I don't even know you." You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's weird, like, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not against going to the bins with people, but like if I don't know you exist and then you randomly like message me and like we should go do this together,
yeah.
I think it's a little weird, you know
Like
what I
do
mean?
you want to put my body in a dumpster? Is that
Right, like, can we take separate cars at least? Like,
right?
if you
Right.
meet me there and you're like, "Hey, man, like, I watch your channel," or
Yeah.
like, "Hey, like, you wanna thrift together," or like,
Yeah.
"Can we have a conversation and then maybe we can, like,
Yeah.
do this again?" Like,
Yeah.
then it's like with you and I, like, we didn't, like, full-fledged jump into a binge session together. It's like,
Yeah.
jumped out the car and I was like, "Hey, man," introduce myself to you. And then I think a couple of times after that it was like, we should film a video together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the rest has been kind of natural, like natural progression. But like, you don't full fledged meet somebody like, "Hey, you're a YouTuber, I am too. Let's start a podcast together.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
this Discord."
Yeah.
Like,
Let's get married.
yeah,
you know.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of at least gotta like let it naturally happen. Like don't just DM somebody out, "What up? You up?"
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Right. Right. What you doing? Why WD?
Right.
Oh man, we are so behind on chat. Hi, Fly Days.
What up,
Cha-ching.
Flat Ace?
Scott asked, "Have you looked into Amazon influencer on-site videos?" I have not. Maybe I need to.
I don't even know what that is, bro.
Maybe I need to. I
You're
do
way
want to.
over my head, Scott.
I do want to get more into Amazon.
Hmm,
A lot of chat amongst yourselves, which is totally fine. But I'm
totally
not gonna
great.
let it slide next time. Next time, you guys have to only talk to us. So yeah.
Let's see.
See if
Fridays, howdy, I'm still here. Okay,
Scott
let's
said,
talk amongst each other.
see if Dixon dumped me.
Yeah. So I said I didn't dump you. I'm still subbed. I actually gave you a shout out a few weeks back, actually,
There you
Scott,
go. There you go.
because he provided me with some value that I found useful in my business, so I shared it.
Ayo.
Yeah.
But Scott said I
Uh,
wouldn't be mad. My whole goal is to help people. If I'm not giving them something they need right now, that's okay. I
you
mean,
just went
that's
blurry,
fair.
Ray.
Come on, camera. Let me wave my magic
Still
wand.
blurry. There
There
you
we
go.
go.
There you go.
Sometimes the C920 be acting weird.
Yeah. So I asked my neighbor, I'm like, man, what would be a good camera for YouTube? And he told me like I can't remember what it is now. I'd have to ask him again, but it was like some type of Sony
Oh
something.
yeah, probably
Sony A something.
yeah, the A6000
That's
series.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Let me find out. Ray knows what he's talking about.
if I ever step away from a GoPro, which it's so hard
Mhm.
to beat a GoPro for the price,
Right.
it's
Well,
probably
it's the
gonna
same
be
price. He said it was like $400 for this camera on Amazon.
yeah,
I paid
yeah,
like 350 for my GoPro.
yeah. I mean, maybe without a lens, maybe for
I don't know,
400.
probably.
But either way, I mean, it's still at least $300 to $400 away if you get the proper lens
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
stuff, to supplement it. But
Right.
yeah, if I ever get away from that, it'll be a Sony A6000 or a ZV-1, which is also
Well, I
awesome.
couldn't see me taking that to the bins to film though. Like I'd still go
Yeah,
to the bins with
yeah,
my GoPro to film, but like
yeah,
my day in the life videos and like vlog style stuff,
yeah.
I'd probably
This,
use that with it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
or yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure Bo uses a 6000
Yeah,
series.
he's got a really good camera too
I'm pretty sure.
from what I gather. His
Yeah.
picture quality is subpar, like or not subpar, it's like above. It's
Yeah.
like my Logitech is definitely way better than my personal like
Oh yeah.
computer,
Yeah.
the camera that came with it.
You've come a far way.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's well, and that's the thing, like, when YouTube starts paying you enough to do something to upgrade your equipment, you might as well use it 'cause,
Yeah.
uh, that's what it's for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Roll it
And it
back into
wasn't that
business.
much, it was like $70 for the camera, it's definitely
Yeah.
made it's made the live playback a lot better,
70
like
bucks for a microphone, I mean that like
yeah,
those two things go a long way if you're
definitely go a
creating
long
content,
way. That's
multiple
for
times a
sure.
week. I mean,
Yeah,
you can get away with
right.
crappier stuff if you're doing it every once in a while, but I mean, at
Yeah,
least
but
for
every
somebody
week,
like
twice
me,
a
like
week.
I want a
Yeah,
little production quality, like
right.
so
Exactly.
man.
Like, even, like, with the lights in the background, like, that doesn't do very much for it, but it makes it a little bit easier to look at. Like,
I
your
agree.
setup's, like, way cooler than mine, like, I don't have any
Thank
cool
you.
things in the background, but at least I got a little bit of something back there,
Bro,
it's better than, like,
you
just a
want me to
dark
get you?
room.
I'll get you a Pikachu. Okay, I'll get you a
Hey,
Charmander. You want a Charmander?
yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
get you that.
What about Bart creeping over there next to the TV?
Yeah, yeah, Bart. Emily from the other room just goes, "I've got a Charmander for you."
Nice.
She said nice.
Hey, Charmander's dope.
That's funny. That is funny. Oh man.
Let's see.
Marcus can't
Marcus
even
can't even use the bathroom unless it's scheduled in with
unless
how
it's
busy he is.
scheduled.
That's true. You
Oh,
wouldn't even understand,
I'm
man, how
dead.
much like bathroom breaks are an inconvenience.
I'm dead. Yeah, Scott said it has to be okay to take care of yourself. I think that's a better way of saying what I was trying to say.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
always says, let me say it for the people in the back. Take care of yourself first. All right.
amen.
Well, it's just sometimes, man, and like I just I've been so selfish for most of my adulthood. And then even when I first started out with YouTube, even though like I wanted to help people, I was really like, how can I get my channel to grow? How can
Yeah,
I get views? How can I grow this thing? You know what I mean? And
you had ulterior motives.
it's not strange, right? To how when I was focused on me, it didn't grow. But when I took the focus off of me and started making it about the viewer, it's crazy how much the channel has grown since I've turned the focus on helping people instead of like trying to help myself.
Right.
And like it's like Chris and Tech say, like if you make it about helping other people, the money is a byproduct. The views are a byproduct. The success is a byproduct. So like me trying to help as many people as I possibly can, when that became the focus, the growth just happens because people want help. People want to know how to do things. People want to learn from someone that knows what they're doing, which is like with anybody that joins any mentorship or anyone that gets a trainer of any sort or a coach, a life coach, a financial coach, financial advisor or whatever.
Right.
Like all these things, they cost money. Like granted, yeah, if they're giving it away for free, you'll soak up all the knowledge you can, which is why channels do grow and why mentorships
Right.
also grow. But when you're giving away the content for free, it's definitely going to be more suitable for someone that can't afford to pay for coaching, you know what I mean? Or for
Right.
someone that can't afford to be in a mentorship, you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
come join our Discord. Come join our Discord. It's not going to be the same level of focus,
Of
but it's the
course.
same information for free inside of the Discord that people are paying me for.
Of course.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
I mean, look at just resellers across the board. I mean, like if you were dedicated to watching, 5 channels a week or something, like you could,
Mhm. You're gonna learn what you need to
yeah,
know.
you eventually, I mean, right?
All the information's out there.
It
It's all out
is.
there
It
for
is.
free. You don't have
Yeah.
to pay for it.
It's just not aggregated to a fine focus, and that's
Yeah.
where
It's
mentorship
not like
does.
straight to the point like a mentorship does. Like when you're paying for the information, you can get what you need to know right then and there
Absolutely.
versus having to like sit through like hours of videos to learn,
Yeah.
what you're looking for.
Or like if you have a question for a content creator, are they ever going to get back to me? Like if
Right,
they're a bigger
especially the
creator.
huger they get, like,
Yeah.
me trying to, like, message, like, Daily Refinement to ask him a question when I wasn't in his mentorship, I've tried before, and he never, not once responded to any of my questions that I put on his video. Now that I'm in
Sure.
the mentorship, I can go inside the Facebook group, type in the question, and if Chris doesn't answer me, Tech's definitely gonna answer me,
Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean? And
Yeah.
Tech's who Chris is following, so it's like, that's better than getting a response from Chris. I can get it from
Sure.
the man himself, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's worth it to pay, and I pay 35 bucks a month to be in that group. But it's worth it if I can go in there and ask a question and it gets answered when I ask it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's what I'm like with the guys in my Patreon. That's what it's for. It's worth it's $1 a day. It's
Right.
worth paying $1 a day to ask me a question and you get answered whenever you ask it.
Right. Right. And you get feet pics. No.
Yeah.
I
You
kid.
don't
I
get
kid.
that,
I
but
kid.
still. Uh,
Oh
uh,
man.
what you wearing vintage? I'm not wearing vintage.
Oh, me?
Oh, you talking about like when they swiping and sliding the DMs and they're like, "What you wearing?
Yeah.
What you got on right now?"
Steve
He
said,
says, "Good."
hey, my name is
Go
Steve.
ahead.
I like long walks at the bins. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All
Uh,
right. So Steve or Scott said the Amazon influencer on-site videos is the easiest side hustle ever. Really,
hmm. Do
really,
you have a video about this?
really. I'm curious. You have the ZV-1, nice. But I've never done my own live. Well, you got to take advantage of having a ZV-1. It's a really nice camera.
Yeah, sounds like it. I
Jessica
don't know what it
Jessica
is,
said
but
it's basically it's a little bit smaller, but it's more focused on like it's also fixed it's fixed lens, so you
mhm,
can't monitor or modify the lens. It's
okay.
fixed lens and it's a little smaller than the A6000s, but
Mhm,
it's basically set up only for vlogging. Like
okay,
vlogging and live streaming is what its
gotcha.
focal point is. So yeah. Also around the same price range though. But it's newer. So Jessica said, any opinions on Nikon? I got a Nikon Z30 for listing photos. Haven't tried it for YouTube content yet. I've never even heard of a Z30, but I'm also not familiar with a lot of Nikon stuff.
Mm.
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
definitely don't know anything about it.
If Jessica,
Probably good for YouTube photos though, or
yeah,
eBay photos.
yeah. I would say Jessica, YouTube, Nikon Z30 live stream setup, and then see or filming content with a Z30. I would YouTube that. Uh-oh. That is because of the timing of Google calls. It only does an hour, guys, and we're at an hour. Let me catch up on chat here. Sorry, Marcus is not here because of that hour. Yo, thank you, Scott, for telling everyone to smash the like button. Thank you again for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. My channel didn't grow until my focus shifted to people watching instead of all of the other distractions. That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. Well, I love that you guys. I love. There he is. Okay.
I tried to bring up a second window so I could like the YouTube video and closed
Oh,
out the window I was
I
in.
thought it was the Google call thing, like stopping us after an hour. But
No, it was me. It was
okay.
all me
Oh well. It
trying to
happens.
go like the video,
We're
as Scott
we're
said.
we're at that time
We're at the
anyway,
end
guys.
anyway.
Scott said, I haven't made a video about the Amazon thing and I don't plan to. It really applies more to YouTubers. I was approved and started earning commissions on March 1st. I've made $370 so far. Well, I guess that's what I'm going to be Googling after I do my listings tonight. I did an opposite date today. I'm doing my listings at night tonight. I did all my other stuff beforehand. So yeah, that's where I'm off to go. You have a video dropping tomorrow?
Video coming tomorrow. Yep.
Perfect.
Tomorrow.
Perfect. Well, check
Yep.
Marcus out at 3 p.m. CST. And if you guys are new here and you don't know, we'll be doing this same thing, same time, Thursday, 7 p.m. on Marcus's channel next week. Anything else?
That's it.
Cool. All right, guys. Well,
Thanks
everybody
for
have a good
coming out,
night.
guys.
We love you guys, and we'll see you hopefully next week for more shenanigans on the channel. All right, guys.
Yep.
Later.